We're looking at St. Brendan's Voyage, and if you looked at the flyer that came out, you see these group of pilgrims on top of a giant wave. St. Brendan's shows us how to navigate the unknown, to set our sights on the blessed island. That is the Irish expression for a perfect place or a heaven. So what does your blessed island look like? I suspect as a UU, it's about heaven on earth. Never mind. He shows us that once we have navigated through the unknown, we are never, ever the same. He points the way to the inner compass that somehow knows that there is no knowledge. He points the inner compass to a place where there is no knowledge and maintains equilibrium in the face of uncertainty. So our next sea story, Imran's story, is the Selkie, or the sea woman. How many of you know that story? Okay, top heavy here on the Selkie. Okay, so a little bit about Selkie. And do we have a picture of a Selkie? Yes, there it is. Isn't that a beautiful woodcut? Oh, my goodness. Ooh, love that. So what are Selkies? Well, they are mythological creatures, although some people truly believe they exist, so we leave a lot of wide berth, okay, that can shapeshift between seal and human forms by removing or putting on their seal skin. And you can see the shape of a woman and then the shape of a seal in this beautiful woodcut. And here is the story of the Selkie. Long ago in ancient times, there lived women who lived in the sea and took their breath through water. And from time to time, they would come on land and remove their beautiful sealskins so they could take in the rays of the sun and the joy of feeling their bodies on the land. And just this one time, they landed, they were sunning, they were taking in the beautiful day, and a fisherman happened to spy these beautiful women. They probably didn't have any clothes on, okay? R-rated, sorry, because they took their sealskins off. But anyway, he was enamored and he was lonely. So he said, So as they were bathing and frolicking at the edge of the water, he crept down and he stole one of the sealskins, understanding intuitively that a Selkie could not go back to their source of life without their sealskin. Okay, you see where this is going. So he takes it, and eventually the Selkie woman says, where is my sealskin? Where is it? And everyone else goes back into the water, their origin of life, and she is left on the land. And ultimately, the fisherman and her get together. Where else is she going to go? And they cohabitate, and they marry, and they have a child. And the fisherman says, whatever you do, do not open this chest. How many fairy tales have that? And you know what's going to happen, right? The chest will be opened. So she has this baby, she has this life, and she has this longing. And one day she opens the chest, and guess what's in the chest? Nora. It is the gold of her sealskin, right? The most precious thing. Diamond sealskins. Yeah, I mean, it's precious to her, right? It's what? Jeweling? Jewelry. Well, we know what's precious to you. That's so good. Yeah, and so she finds her sealskin, which is as precious as gold and diamonds, right? And the myth goes, she puts on her sealskin immediately, goes out to the sea, takes a look back, and plunges into the sea to return to her source of life. Now, the Irish version of this, it also comes up in all different Celtic lands, like Scotland and, but the Irish version of this says, eventually, her son grows webbed feet, and he joins her in the sea and becomes a great bard of song. So that's the Irish version. So Selkie's dilemma is that the vision for her life lives at the bottom of the sea, and she cannot reach it without her sealskin. And it occurs to me, particularly during these times, that the myth of Selkie is about the dilemma that many of us face and the discernment that we are asked to make around where is the source of life for us and how do we return to that, particularly during wobbly voyages, right? How do we do that? So the Selkie teaches us that sometimes we have to do a deep dive to retrieve what was left behind. It is a kind of soul retrieval. Sometimes our soul space is taken from us, and we must journey to take it back into ourselves. And the story I like to share is my blessed mom had Alzheimer's for 20 years. And our family gatherings were all, for 20 years, were all about coverage for mom. And we missed a lot of celebrations for our nieces and nephews. And I stopped singing for 20 years. I just didn't catch that I was forfeiting that which gave me life. I was just, and I don't know women, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like for many women, it's very hard to caretake and do self-care at the same time. And I don't know if that's true for men too, but my self-care sort of went this way as I cared for mom. So we have a lot of catch-up. We had a lot of soul retrieval to do in these last 8 years when mom passed, to catch up and to celebrate our nieces and nephews and rediscover what extended family looks like, because it looked like coverage, for 2 decades. So the wave meditation that we're about to enter is about retrieving what you might have left behind, like the Selkie who returns to her soul place and herself.